Hello friends, subscribers and new viewers of this channel, and welcome to Docker Tutorials. In this tutorial we explain how to correctly install Docker on Windows 11. Everything explained in this video tutorial also applies to Windows 10 with small modifications. Before we explain the installation procedure, we first need to explain several important things that you should keep in mind and understand before installing Docker. First of all, you should understand that there are two approaches for installing Docker. The first approach is to install Docker Desktop. Docker Desktop is a full graphics user interface as well as additional tool that enable Docker development. The second approach is to install Docker Engine. Docker Engine is a command line tool and most user will only need Docker Engine. People who are completely new to Docker, as well as most of the users, will only need Docker Engine. And here's one thing to keep in mind. It is not possible, or at least I don't know how to directly install only Docker Engine on a Windows operating system. In fact, to install Docker on Windows, you need to install the full Docker Desktop. There is an indirect approach for only installing Docker Engine. However, this approach depends on running Docker Engine inside of Windows Subsystem for Linux and inside of Linux Ubuntu distribution in a Windows environment. However, we don't want to follow that approach in this video tutorial. Consequently, to install Docker, we will need to install Docker Desktop on Windows. The installation instructions for Docker Desktop are given on this web page, and I'm going to provide a link to this web page in the description below. Now, some of you might simply click on this link and follow the instructions. However, if you're completely new to Docker and if you're not experienced to Docker, it might not be so trivial to follow these instructions since there are a number of things that you need to keep in mind and there are a number of links that you need to follow and read the articles in order to properly set up the system. In this video tutorial, I will go through all the steps such that you properly install and test Docker Desktop on your computer. First, let's start with the system requirements and let's double check that everything is properly set up. Over here you have two options. You have Hyper 5 or Hyper-V and you have WSL. In this video tutorial, I'm going to follow the WSL approach. WSL stands for Windows Subsystem for Linux, and if you don't have Windows Subsystem for Linux, don't worry, I will explain how to install it. It's very easy. Okay, so if you click here, you will see these requirements. First of all, we need to have WSL version given over here or later. Okay, so let's install WSL on our system. To install WSL on your system, simply click here. Then over here, search for PowerShell, Windows PowerShell. Right click and click Run as Administrator and start PowerShell. Over here, to install WSL, you simply need to type WSL install, and this will install WSL after you press enter. I already have WSL on my system, so I'm not going to press enter. However, in your case, after you press enter, you will see that WSL will be installed. Then after that, you need to restart your computer, and after you restart the computer, you can continue watching this video tutorial. So let's do that. The next step is to verify that the correct Windows update is installed and that we have the correct Windows version. In my case, I'm using Windows 11 and I need to have Home or Pro version 22H2 or higher, or Enterprise or Education version 22H2 or higher. So let's verify that. To verify your Windows version and the update version, click here and search for Settings. Click on Settings, then click on System, then go down, click on About, and over here you will see Edition, Home Edition, and you will see the version 23H2. This means that This requirement is satisfied and I can install Docker Desktop. If you don't have the correct Windows version, that is the correct Windows update, you can simply update your system by clicking here and following the update steps. The next step is to turn on the WSL2 feature in Windows. And over here, they will direct you to this Microsoft Windows documentation. That is, they will direct you to this installation page for WSL. We already have installed WSL and we can continue. However, there are several steps that we need to perform. Now, what we need to do is to make sure that Windows Subsystem for Linux is installed. We did that. Then you need to enable virtualization in the BIOS. Most likely in your BIOS, virtualization will be enabled by default. If it's not enabled, then you need to follow the steps given over here for virtualization. Now, depending what is your processor and your computer, you will have to log in BIOS and you will have to perform this step. This step is not complex, you'll just enable few things. Most likely virtualization is enabled. So let's learn how to see if virtualization is enabled. To do that, click here and search for Task Manager. And over here, click on Performance. And if virtualization is enabled, here in CPU option, you should see over here virtualization enabled. Most likely this is the case. If not, then go to this web page over here and enable the virtualization. Okay, and the next step that we need to do is to make sure that hypervisor is enabled on Windows Startup and Windows Subsystem for Linux is enabled. So how to do that? Well, to do that, we need to do several things. First of all, we need to click here and we need to turn Windows features on and off, and we need to go to this screen. And now we have to make sure that Windows Subsystem for Linux is enabled. So I need to click here, okay? And virtual machine platform is enabled. It's enabled here. Good. Click OK, and then you will see here searching for required files, and this will be enabled on your system. After you click on this option and you press OK, you'll get this message: Windows need to reboot your PC to finish installing the required changes. So click here to restart now and then continue watching this video tutorial. And the final step is to install Docker Desktop. To do that, go back at the top of this page and over here click on Docker Desktop for Windows x86 4 and download the file. Save it in the downloads folder, and then you just need to open the file. However, while installing, you have to keep in mind several things. The most important thing is to use WSL2. This is really, really important. So let's go here and let's go to the downloads folder and let's start the installer. This should start the installer and we can start installing. So let's go through all the steps. So let's see verification of packages. I don't want to add the shortcut to the desktop. You can see what's happening. It's being installed. And let's see what happens. Now we are unpacking files. And after the installation is completed, you will see this screen, installation succeeded, and we can now close and log out. The best strategy is maybe to restart your system. So let's do that. After you restart your computer or you log out and log in, you will see this screen. Here you need to click on accept. And over here you need to set up Docker. I'm going to put, for example, my email address. And then click on continue. And then over here you need to enter your password, or you need to set up your account if you already have the account. I'm going to enter my password, or you need to set up your account. If you don't have an account, you should create an account over here. Just specify the username. So let's use the username. So let's click on personal over here. Let's use the username the same as this one. Enter your password and sign up. And that's it. And they're saying here username cannot be an email address. So let's do something like this. Of course, I'm not going to use the same username later on, and do that. Fill in the and after you fill in your username and you register, you can click continue over here, enter your password, and you can continue from here. Oops, I made an error. And here it is. Okay, so let's open over here and let's do a simple survey. I'm going to click other. I'm going to specify learning over here. I'm going to click on continue, and here it is. Here's the Docker desktop. It's currently running. So let's do a few tests. First of all, let's open a command prompt and let's see if we can access Docker. And if you type in command prompt Docker, this means that you can access Docker, which is the first good sign. And here's one last important step that you need to perform and to double check if the conditions are satisfied. Namely, if your administrator account is different from your user account, you must add the user to the Docker user groups. There are several ways to do that. The easiest approach is to use the command line. Consequently, open a command prompt, and over here in the command prompt, first verify this net local group Docker users, and you should see your username. If you don't know your actual username, then click over here, start task manager, then click on details, and you can see username over here and who is running processes on your computer. And here it is. This is my username. Okay, now if you want to make sure that everything is okay, although it is on my system, you will simply repeat this command. Only you will type this and you will enter your username. So let's see what will happen if I do this, enter my username, and let's see what happens. System error 5 has occurred. Access is denied. So what's the case over here? Well, the case over here is that you need to start command prompt in what? In the administrator mode. So let's close here, start command prompt. However, do the right click, run as administrator, click on yes, and then let's repeat this command, bang. And you can see the specify account name is already a member of the group, and this is what we wanted to see. That's why if you click this, you will see that I am actually the member of Docker user group. Good. Okay, that's all for today. I hope that you like this video. If you like the videos I'm creating, please press the like and subscribe buttons, and see you in the next video tutorial.